It's not every day a big new game drops that brings an original IP with fresh ideas, ambitious innovation, and polish. Arken Age is the first game of 2025 and is an absolute force to be reckoned with that blew me away. Arken Age is a sci-fi fantasy action game where you play as a biomechanical creation that's been tasked with fighting through a terraformed biochasm. You're thrust right into the middle of a conflict in order to stop the spread of a corrupted neural seed. You play as a reptilian cyborg, and there's a lot to learn and discover as you work toward accomplishing the primary task you've been given as you explore the world. Now, it can't be easy to pull off mixing sci-fi and fantasy, but they've managed to create both a cool as well as beautiful looking world, and it's absolutely stunning in the headset. From towering structures, which also add lots of verticality to the gameplay, to the Nara alien race that inhabit the land, to the enemies and immense backdrops, it all just seems like a clear vision that was executed very well. Story-wise, it can be a little chaotic to follow, but at the very least, it doesn't feel generic or bland. During your task, you'll be using melee combat with various swords, axes, and maces, customizing and shooting various unique guns, and exploring by climbing, swimming, and finding secrets. It all brings some new ideas and features that are not only cool and creative, but technically impressive as well. The melee combat uses a blocking and parrying system and has weighty physics with enemy robot dismemberment that feels extremely visceral and satisfying. Some of them also have additional abilities that you can use. The gunplay also feels great, with shots feeling impactful, you can pick off enemy armor, and there's some custom barrels, sights, and stocks you can acquire and swap out with different stats for short, medium, and long-range combat. In addition to the weapons, there's also items you can use such as shields, grenades, mines, and more. These are the only things in the game that aren't VRAF to use, and I'd prefer to grab them for my body, but it mostly works okay and may even be easier to use for some. All of the weapons are crafted at a modding station, and this is where the depth and progression really shines. As you progress, you'll unlock various mods that get added to your station to completely customize your weapon's loadout each time you come across one. There's some truly unique weapons that look amazing and feel great to use, and on top of all this, you can completely customize the paint job to your own personal preference. In addition to the modding stations, there's also some for creating health syringes that are weird and awesome to craft, purchasing items, and melting scrap for currency. The main campaign takes about 10 to 12 hours to beat, depending on your playstyle. There's 3 different difficulties to choose from, and the game is structured a lot like Vitruvius VR's previous title, Shadow Legend, with enemies patrolling around. Except these areas are much larger, feature more verticality, and there's a lot deeper exploration this time around. There's also certain terminals where you can initiate battles and complete challenges for quests and extra rewards, and find secrets to unlock items. For the technical side of things, they give you the option to run with native 90 frames per second or 120 reprojected with slightly higher resolution, but the native 90 performance mode is highly recommended. It also features an additional 15 and 25% increase if you're playing on a PS5 Pro. It uses eye-tracked foveated rendering for both the image quality as well as gameplay elements such as closing one eye to activate the sniper scope or controlling the Hyperion God Axe. And lastly, there's haptics, adaptive triggers, and headset rumble, and it's all fine-tuned really well. They basically spared no feature and took advantage of each one, as well as even provided some options. So overall, Arken Age is not only a must-have title, but it's also one of the best new IPs built for VR on PSVR2. It's original, gorgeous, has great combat, rewarding exploration, awesome weapons that you can customize and paint, and other unique VR features. I think my biggest and possibly only critiques are that I'd like to have seen a few more biomes, as well as enemies and boss fights, which really don't show up until near the end of the game, but maybe we could see it added as either DLC or a sequel if the game does well enough. But there's a lot of highly polished and highly replayable full-length game here as is, and I'm going to be shouting this one from the rooftops for quite some time. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.